Hi Libra, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 9th through the 18th of September. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with a yes-no spread with qualifiers just to kind of ground ourselves in things. And it's going to be whatever your question on your heart is. Relationship, money, career, family situation, friendship situation, whatever it is. You want to formulate one question that would require a yes, no, or neutral answer. You want to ask the same exact question in full sentence format 3 times in a row. Okay. The answer for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Guys, remember these messages are general. Take what resonates. Please throw out the rest. It might not be your reading this time. You want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus and understand that any energies I interpret can be vice versa. Can be flip-flopped. Okay, card number 1 is a yes. We pull all 3 cards and then formulate one final answer. Card number 2 is the Devil. That's a no. Card number 3, the Hangman. This is neutral. So we have a neutral, we have a no, and we have a very strong positive. So the answer here is possible, most likely, you're going to have to work for it. There needs to be work involved in here. So let's pull some cards to see what we need to work on and focus on in order to make something happen. But this Devil energy definitely needs to be addressed here. Now, you guys do have Mars going retrograde in your 7th house of partnership. So whether this is an intimate partnership, as in marital level, right? It's a very serious relationship. Not a love affair. That's more 5th house stuff. But serious relationships, partnerships as far as business goes, anyone who you have a shared soul purpose with. Mars is going to be retrograde in there, coming in on the 9th. And it's going to be there until November. It's not the end of the world, guys. It's just serious frustration. Because Mars is the warrior planet. Mars wants to bring us where we're meant to go. Right, and when Mars goes retrograde, it doesn't actually go backwards. It just slows down in order for us to go really deep inside ourselves to figure out what we really need to do to make something happen. You know, the planets really want to help us empower ourselves more than anything. Now, at the same time, we have the Sun in Virgo, which is going to be shining brightly on your 12th house. The 12th house is, what do you really want? Like, what do you really want in this relationship, in your career, in this family situation? Getting in touch with your spirituality. Being very in touch with your spirituality. The 12th house is also the house of self-undoing. So it's getting, seeing where you might be sabotaging yourself. Either allowing or not allowing certain things to happen. Okay, so let's go through these and then see what else we have. It's not all bad, though. We have Jupiter going direct, by the way, guys, on the 12th, in your 4th house of home, feeling grounded, feeling rooted, right? And we have the Sagittarius blessings from the 3rd house coming in, so we'll talk about that as we go along as well. But let's address these first. Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning. Ace is brand new. Cups is emotions. So this has to do with a brand new cycle in something that really speaks to your heart space. So it could be relationship, it could be a new cycle within a relationship, it could be a brand spanking new relationship, which is very often how this does come up. This could be a brand spanking new time period for you in your career. New business, new job, new position, new project, some sort of newness coming in there, okay, which is really good. But now let's get the situation from the qualifier. So we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. All right. Such newness here, I have to tell you, because the Ace and the Page both indicate new cycles. But now the Page can indicate a new cycle within a paradigm that already exists. So this would be a really good example of this is, let's say, let's say you're opening up your own business, but you're doing it in an area that you've been working in already, right? Because the page indicates a new cycle within something that's already established. For those of you who are in relationship, this indicates like you guys have been together, but now you're starting a whole new cycle, and it's almost like you're going back to square one, where the decks are swept clean and you guys are going back to square one. Absolutely, for any sort of family situation, because family, we're in it already, even if we've been distant, right? Or just out of touch with somebody. This indicates a brand new situation coming in. We have the King of Swords. So whatever situation is coming in, though, it's being handled in a very mental way. Which, Libra, what is wrong with that, right? I mean, you guys are all about the scales. You guys are in air energy. There's nothing wrong with this, right? The King of Swords wants to get to the bottom of something because it's a Capricorn and Aquarius energy. So Capricorn is all about wanting to do work, right? Let's put work into making this different. Aquarius is different, out of the box, right? Thinking about the future. So what do we have to do that's different in order to create this new cycle? From soup to nuts, right? I mean, like having to do with communication, whatever it is for your particular situation. But the King of Swords is all about not allowing emotions to wash over, which is interesting because we have 2 cup energies, right, with this King. But it's about staying very much in the mental space, keeping your bearings about yourself, really trying to stay grounded the best that you can. We have the Devil energy indicates that there is some sort of imbalance in this situation, Libra. So if it's not you, it could certainly be a partner, right? It's definitely a vice versa kind of, you could be dealing with the Devil energy or you could be struggling with the Devil energy yourself, which is about imbalance. So imbalance can be anywhere from any sort of addiction, from alcohol, drugs, addictions come in all shapes, sizes, and categories, right? I mean, we could do, addiction to food, addiction to money, addiction to ego, really, right? I mean, it's like egotism gone amok, or anxiety and depression gone unchecked and untreated, fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, deflection, lust, gaslighting, anything like that. And that's the Devil energy. As I always say, the Devil energy is anything that is going to create an imbalance in the relationship that's impacting the relationship, right? So we all have an ego. There's nothing wrong with getting in touch with it. But if it's an imbalanced ego, it's going to impact the relationship. There's nothing wrong with having a couple of drinks, but there's something wrong with having a couple of bottles, right? I mean, so you get the idea. But we have the King of Cups and the Fool. So we have this Devil energy that's all about imbalance, but what's driving that is the King of Cups and the Fool. Now, the Fool is Uranus energy, totally focused on the future. So there's something having to do with a level of imbalance that has to do with how you're going to be going into the future. That this could be an absolute lack of clarity. This could be being completely convinced one moment that you want one thing and then completely not wanting it the next, right? It could even be that. The Devil energy doesn't have to be... again, it's imbalance, right? So it could be excessive indecisiveness as well, but it could be because of this imbalance. But the Fool is a Uranus energy. Again, it's about taking a calculated risk, jumping on that path that's, that's never been stepped on before, really taking a chance to do something different in a new way. And we have it with the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is a Libra and you guys and Scorpio. So Libra is the 7th house of, as I was mentioning before, of connections, of partnerships, which is where you have Mars retrograde, and there's transformation going on in there. So that makes sense to me, especially because we have Mars retrograde in there, because Mars retrograde wants us to go in and really look and fix whatever areas are really not resonating with us. Do we belong in this? Do we not belong in this? And really getting very honest with ourselves. Now, guys, this doesn't have to do with, it doesn't have to be your intimate relationship. This can certainly be a business partnership. Again, anyone you have a shared soul purpose with. So this could even be a very close, employees, if you work very closely with your employees regarding the Mars retrograde, okay? But we do have here this Devil energy, and there is this transformation. So what I like the Fool here, because the Fool here shows me that there's a willingness to try a new approach to something, to allow the transformation, right? Because King of Cups is Libra and Scorpio. So it is based in love. It's based in desire, right? Desire for a business, desire for a person, whatever it is. And recognizing, all right, we have to try something new. It's not that you don't want to be with this person. It's not that they don't want to be with you. But the Devil energy is an issue. So the thing is, if the transformation is meant to bring you on a whole new path, the Fool, That may be what your story needs to be right now at this particular point in your life. For others of you, the Fool energy is going to be doing something completely different. Meaning within this dynamic. It's going to resonate with each of you differently because this is a general reading. But we're going to cycle back to that. And then we have the Hangman. Hangman is a Neptune energy, and it's all about the 12th house, which is, again, exactly where the sun is going to be shining on you guys the brightest, right? That's the area where, when I say that, what I mean is whatever house the sun is in you, now obviously it depends what else you have in your chart. I'm talking about the archetype of Libra. Libra has the Virgo shining very brightly on their 12th house. So this is really getting in touch with, you know, I mean, it's 12th house is Pisces. Pisces is the deepest water energy, but there's confusion here. This is ruled by Neptune. Neptune is like trying to look at a reality through a dirty fog or a dirty window, a thick fog or a dirty window. So the Hangman is about not doing anything about what it is that you're feeling, Libra. So I feel like there might be a lot going on for you emotionally, but you're really not making any big decisions, which is actually a really good thing because we have all of these major players just starting to come out of retrograde now. And we still have everybody's in retrograde. We got Uranus in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde till the end of the month. Jupiter is coming out of retrograde on the 12th. Again, having to do now that the blessings are going to be in your 4th house of home, of, you know, home, parents, more like a parent kind of thing, roots, grounded, purchasing a home, selling a home, somebody moving into your home, somebody moving out of your home. There's going to be something having to do with the home. And it's going to be very supported by Sagittarius being there in your 3rd house, which is about siblings, extended family, learning something new. So for those of you, for example, who are students, you're going to be in a space where you're going to be learning new things that are going to be helping to firm up the foundation of your life, right? But you might be having some sort of issue going on in relationship. For others of you, it could be that you're going to feel really grounded and stable in money and in that job, right? Because we need that in order to feel safe and secure in that 4th house. And it's going to be coming about through learning something new, okay? So, and 3rd house is also all about communication. So you guys may be realizing somebody needs to move out, or you want somebody to move in, or there needs to be some sort of restructuring within the home dynamic. So what is the confusion about that? We have you very much in your head. We have the High Priestess energy. And the High Priestess is the moon, and the moon is that which we think underneath the surface that we're not really telling anybody about. And as I always say, in the High Priestess, any kind of High Priestess / moon energy, it's fabulous because we're in touch with our intuition, our higher self, and that's always good. But what we have to be careful of is that the narrative that we're telling ourselves is based in reality and not something, a completely subjective understanding of something that where you may be missing something. So that's what I always say is beautiful High Priestess energy, fabulous. Just make sure that it's being driven, those messages are being driven by reality and not based on fear or any sort of projected sort of pretense based on past experience. You know, just as a little something, right? Because the human condition is that, right? I mean, we're very subjective about our own experience. And we have the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is all about walking away from toxicity. That's what it is. It's Saturn in Pisces. It's realizing that something became too difficult, too challenging to stay in. The situation became too heavy and difficult to deal with. And you need to leave the toxicity. And you feel sad about it, but not regretful. Because in this energy, you are feeling like you did the best that you could, you know, and it just isn't resonating with you anymore. Some of you may have already left sort of mentally in a particular way. But as I always say with the 8 of Cups energy, guys, you want to make sure that you handle this. If this is you leaving something, you want to make sure that you're handling this with grace, respect, and dignity, and not just ghosting somebody and not just, you know, making it a flippant kind of thing, because the 8 of Cups does tend to generate bad karma. So if somebody's breaking up with you, hopefully for their own sake and soul, they're doing it with some grace and dignity as well. If they don't, you know, that's the way it goes. But So there is this indecisiveness, though, with the Hangman energy about leaving, staying, and you're really in a space, though. I can't express this enough, how the cards are lining up with your astrology, because the sun is going to be shining in your 12th house. High Priestess energy is very, you know, what you're thinking and feeling underneath the surface. It's that 12th house energy, for sure, you know, about that things have just been too difficult in a particular area of your life, and you're trying to figure out what to do with that. So that, I mean, that definitely, it's not that the love and the desire is not there, it's that there's this imbalance and you're not really sure what to do with it. You're just really not sure what to do with it. So, and the cards are just even saying, like, you have to put the work in and figure out what it is that you want from this situation. So I know that can be a little frustrating when we do the yes/no reads. It's like, okay, well, wait, what? Well, sometimes the answer is that, yes, most likely, but you're going to have to work for it if you want it. So let's pull some Lenormand. And then we'll pull, wow, this well, not keeps. It came out, whose reading did that come out for? This is the Book of Knowledge. Something needs to be unleashed and unlocked. Something you need to learn. We have the Fish, which is all about resources, guys. Fish is about resources. Yeah, we have another resource energy, so resources are going to be a thing here. Okay, and we have the Sun. Polar bear's pointing at the Sun. Mountains, some obstacles. Okay, this could be you. If you are a female. All right, so the way in Lenormand, the way the gender energies work, if you are, they're pretty specific, right? If you are a female Libra, this is you. If you are a female Libra in a same-sex relationship and you have a relationship on your heart, this could be you or your partner, however it resonates with you. If you are a man, this is your partner. If you are a man in a same-sex connection, this is your partner. Now, for all of you, this can simply be a female who's very prevalent in your life right now. So it could be a sister, a co-worker, a colleague, a boss, you know, however that female, however she would resonate. So we have the book. So the book has a key, if you notice, and the book within it has knowledge, information. There's something that you need to unlock, that you need to see. And it's in relation to your resources and what it is that you need to feel safe. Because when we have the Fish is first of all about, it's your money, but it's about making the best of what you have right now and really trying to stay grounded in reality with what you have right now and what you control right now, what you can control right now. Understanding what you can control regarding money, and understanding what you can't control regarding money, right? But then we have the Polar Bear. This is about what you need to sustain you. This is like mother kind of stuff, meaning what does your mother give you as a child that helps you live a healthy life? Love, food, sustenance, a roof over your head, right? So this is really asking you to stay very focused on the pragmatics of what's necessary, either in your life having to do with resources or in your life having to do with mental, physical, emotional connection, and really understanding what it is. Because Libra, it looks like there's something that you're not seeing having to do with these ideas. Then we have the Sun. The Sun is beautiful in that it ends up shining the light on whatever is around it. So we have the light is shining on this idea of what do you need to sustain yourself, and what do you need in relationship? What do you need in the way of money? What do you need in the way of food? What do you need in the way of just keeping your life afloat? And we have also illuminating some challenges that you're going to be dealing with. Absolutely. I mean, but the mountain is like the deer has to go up and up and up and up and up, and then it comes over on the other side. So it's not like the end of the world. It just means that there's something is going to be a real struggle and a challenge in the moment, and you patiently, though, see, in Lenormand, there are two women. One is more assertive than the other. She is very patient. And she has the gifts of all of this. The love, the resources, the money, whatever it is all encapsulated in the rose. And she's patiently waiting. So this is the message here, is to understand that there are going to be obstacles here in order to get to where you want. But you don't want to jump the gun on anything, because there's something that you're not seeing. within this connection right here. So this message is saying, think about things before you jump into or jump to any conclusions. Really be sure that what you're seeing is, again, based in reality. I'm getting that message again. And maybe it's just because, you know, look, again, when we have the sun is shining on that 12th house, which tricky, and it happens to all of us whenever we have the sun shining on the 12th house. What we think we see as that's 100% accurate may not be. So we get the Three of Wands to start. So we're going to pull a couple of cards for the past, the present, the challenge, and the outcome, okay? Present. Oh, we got you. Challenge, Eight of Swords. We get the Eight of Swords here, yeah. Seven of Pentacles is the outcome. Let's get some qualifiers here. Aww. Wow. Okay. So coming into this energy, we have the Three of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. These are beautiful. I mean, this is about, you know, the Three of Wands is a new cycle in your life. You know, coming up to this where it was like, with the Ten of Pentacles, this is deepening commitment, deepening of connection. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. Let's have this relationship. Let's have this life together. Let's start this job. Let's build out this business. Let's focus on creating a particular path in a career. Feeling really excited about it. Really, really excited. The Three of Wands is Sun and Aries energy. Aries is ruled by Mars, so it's like, come on, let's go. Let's, you know, we don't have all the answers, but let's take this chance and do it anyway. It's a very assertive and very confident energy. But with the Sun in there, the Sun gives everything that you need to make a situation work. And it's like you're being beckoned by the future in this energy, in the recent past. And then again, we have the Ten of Pentacles energy. So really being very focused on your money, on deepening a commitment, deepening a connection, but a very positive energy nonetheless. Now, the current situation, we have you and we have the Knight of Swords, which is very interesting to have together, because the Justice is, you guys are the 7th house of partnership. And again, this is exactly where you have Mars retrograde. So this is going to be a thing, because on the 9th of this week, Mars is going to be going retrograde. So you have to understand, there's going to be a lot of frustration, which is going to be brought by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about arguing. The Knight of Swords is about having some sort of conflict that you just have to deal with. Taurus and Gemini. Gemini is about communications, the landlord of the 3rd house. And then Taurus is arguing about the practical stuff. Taurus is an earth energy, also ruled by Venus. Venus deals with money. It's a money planet. It deals with love, and it deals with anything you value, as well as your self-esteem, right? So you're having this argument regarding this. You don't make me feel good in this relationship. You don't contribute enough to this relationship as far as mental, physical, emotional connection, or even money. What am I getting from you, right? It's that kind of thing. Or a relationship can be great. This could have to do with work, where it's like, I'm not getting paid the money. It's not fair. I don't feel like I'm equally compensated. I don't think that things are equally distributed in this job. I don't think that things are fair. It's this idea, right, of fairness versus not fairness. I'm really figuring that out. That is definitely happening right now in a particular area of your life. Now we have the challenges, the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is confusion, right? Seven of Cups is a Venus and Scorpio energy. Scorpio is always about transformation, right? Because it's that 8th house ruled by Pluto. So you know what's in 5 of the Cups. You don't know what's in 2. You don't have all the information, and that's always uncomfortable. You don't know exactly what the future is going to bring. You might have an idea, but you don't know, but you certainly feel the change. So it can be a little like unsettling and feeling ungrounded. And also this idea where it's like, oh, I have so many things on my mind. I have so many things I have to decide. I have so many things I have to choose from. But the thing is this, not everything is going to be good. Not everything is going to be, a lot of the options that you think you might have may end up being like smoke and mirror kind of things. So you want to make sure that you pay attention to red flags. Always the advice here. Make sure you're not wearing rose-colored glasses. Always the advice here, right? We have the Eight of Swords, though, is feeling like you don't belong. So for some of you, you're going to be in in this work situation where you can be like, oh my God, I don't even feel like I belong here. Or in this situation in a relationship where it's like, you know what, this really resonated with me at one point, but I feel like maybe I changed, maybe they changed, maybe we both changed, and I just don't feel it in the same way anymore. It's like feeling like you don't belong, not in a malicious way or anything, but it's just recognizing like something is askew, where you almost feel like people are talking about you, and you know you're right, and you're not sure why, and you're like, you know what, this isn't good, like I don't feel good in this anymore, that kind of thing. Now, that's not to say that that's reality, guys. That's to say that this is a challenge that you're going to be feeling, at least, right, in your mind, or you're going to be feeling confused and feeling like I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. I'm not sure what the right thing is. And that could be, again, anything having to do with relationship, career, what you're studying in school, something going on in the family, some sort of friendship thing. Now, the outcome is we have the Seven of Pentacles and we have the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords, before you guys jump to anything, those of you who are here with relationship on your heart, yes, the Three of Swords can mean a third-party situation, but it certainly doesn't have to be, and it doesn't even have to be applicable to a relationship. It's simply Saturn in Libra, in you guys. Saturn is challenge, delay, structure, the need to work, the need to put in the work. But with this comes some sort of pain. So we call it the card of pain. There could be some kind of disappointment or betrayal that's experienced here. But what's good actually about the Three of Swords is that whatever it is, it's pulled out, thrown onto the table and discussed. And so there's some validation that does go on here. But there's pain here having to do with something. Now, for those of you, this could even be like, for some of you, if it has to do with relationship, it's pretty clear. There's a Three of Sword energy, meaning there's some sort of pain and betrayal within this dynamic of the relationship that needs to be addressed. Either something that you did, something that they did, maybe you both did it, a mutual pain, it needs to be discussed. Seven of Pentacles does indicate a new cycle, but you have to put the work in. Seven of Pentacles is Saturn and Taurus. It's like, yes, you want this, you have to put the work in. So it can be a little frustrating, but it does indicate a new cycle that's blessed by Saturn in this energy. Saturn does bring blessings once we put the work in and do what we're supposed to do. Okay, so if you're dealing with a relationship, that's what this is indicating to me, is the outcome, where there's going to be a lot of work in making this work, but it's going to end up being worth it. If this has to do with a career, the Three of Swords can certainly have to do with a business partner or somebody that you feel very betrayed by in the workspace. But this could also be just the idea that for a lot of you, for example, let's say you guys are, those of you who are students, right? Everybody's at a different stage in their life. It's realizing deeply into your studies that you're actually not in the right thing, that you don't want to do this anymore, that it's something, but then you're finding out that your credits aren't transferable, and it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? That is a very painful kind of thing, where it's almost an odd twist of fate, and you're like, why couldn't I have decided this sooner, right? But you putting the work in and you figuring it out, either changing careers, tracks, or making something work for you. All right, same thing can have to do with a business, right? Where you can get into the business and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't have the money for this. This is costing so much more than I thought. I can't do this. This is such a ridiculous twist of fate. And it's interesting how we sometimes feel betrayed by fate, betrayed by destiny in a way. But this does indicate being able to salvage it with the Seven of Pentacles. We like that. It's not to say that it's coming on a silver platter, but it's definitely going to be happening for you. But I see here with the Lenormand, it's just very much understanding the fact that there are going to be issues, and you need to pay attention to resources, what it is that you need. But you need to pay attention to something in a different way. There's something that you need to see that you're not seeing, having to do with connection, where it is that you're going. Now, these last cards I'm pulling are those for those of you specifically in relationship. Okay, specifically in relationship. I'm now feeling the fallout of my actions. I'm scared. Conflict is a necessary step in the growth process. Be patient. This will pass. Wow, that's great to get for Mars in the 7th, Mars retrograde in the 7th. Yeah, because it's not going to be retrograde forever, only till November. But it's like a frustrating energy, you know what I mean? And then to have Virgo shining there on your 12th house, at least for now. And then the sun's going to be going into you guys. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation. A call, or a person. Boundaries, still angry. The golden mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Ooh. So I don't know, Libra, if you're dealing with somebody who's like, I can't deal with you. You're crazy and you're just too much and you're whatever. If you're dealing with a narcissistic personality, having to do with that devil energy as well, the golden mirror is definitely the energy of the devil. And you're very heartbroken. I'm so sorry. If you're dealing with a narcissist, I can only say I'm so sorry. Like if there's like a real narcissist, not just with the qualities of that everybody can have sometimes. But with the Four of Cups, the Hangman, the Hangwoman in this deck. The King of Wands. All right. Oh, this is a tough energy. It's like you have a lot of desire for somebody, Libra, a lot of desire, but the confusion comes in you realizing what it is that they do, right? The Four of Cups is that checklist energy, you know? Now, at the same time, this could be somebody who's in this space of saying, Libra, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I need in order to feel safe. There's definitely attraction here. There's definitely a lot of emotions, but either you or somebody else saying, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I need. And the Four of Cups energy, first of all, could mean that if it's relating to you or the other person, whoever this would resonate with, is maybe not as ready for this level of relationship as they thought. And all that comes with it, because there's disappointment and disillusionment here. But the thing is, there's also this element of identifying things about the person, the relationship that you know, a person's not happy with. I don't like when they do A, B, and C. But what needs to be understood is that could be a front for a deeper pain. That could be a front for, you know, something that's functioning on a much deeper level, some sort of deeper issue. You know, obvious example would be like, let's say your partner drinks a lot. And you're like, I can't deal with the fact that you drink so much and you act unruly. You're amazing when you're not like that. You're horrible when you're not, you know, when you are. And I can't. So it could be them saying, you know, I can't deal with how you're always on my case. You're so controlling. All I want to do is have a couple of kind of thing, right? And that person using that you complain about their drinking as an excuse to not be in the connection. But meanwhile, underneath it is an addiction that's being nursed by a much deeper and much broader kind of circumstance that they really don't want to look at. But it's easier to blame you. It's easier to project. So that's what I see happening. But this is creating confusion for you, for sure, even though there's attraction here. And there is this even though what's challenging here is that you feel a sense of groundedness in this relationship. And it's a very deep, deep, deep sense of connection because it's got the Cancer energy with the King of Wands. However, there's confusion because you know that this person on some level is really actually not good for you, at least not now. So it can be a little challenging to mitigate that. But that's where you're at right now. And that is for this week, the week of the 8th through the 15th. So let's see what pops up next week. So I will see you guys next time. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care now. Bye-bye.